Right. I tried last evening to record the weekly What's Up, so I'm a little bit behind in getting this up. This is for the week of today, Monday, the 2nd of November, through Sunday, the 8th of November. This is a big week, a really big week. Today we begin our week starting in Mercury Retrograde. Exactly squaring Saturn at 26 degrees. So that's very exciting. That Leo to Capricorn or Libra to Capricorn energy. So we're talking about balance and function. We're talking about boundaries and communication. We're talking about the ways we communicate, the ways we choose to communicate, and how we make that work for us. We also have a Scorpio sun opposing that Uranus Taurus that just had that beautiful full moon. So that's about allowing yourself, your will, your vitality, your ego to shift and change. It's about union and transformation and what is important and knowing what's important and knowing what's not important, and being willing to sacrifice the things that aren't important in so much that we can create something new and different for ourselves and for the collective. The really big deal this week is about tomorrow, of course. That's election day here in the States. And Mercury goes direct just about 6 p.m. here in our central time zone. And so Mercury will also be squaring our big three, right? Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto. So let's just examine that we have the planet of communication and technology going direct on the day that we are voting for president here in the States. And that energy will be squaring the energies of growth and expansion, the energies of boundaries and restrictions, and the energies of transformation and power. All of those words should be taken into consideration. And the thing is, it's going to be really interesting to witness what happens, right? So we have this Libra Mercury, which again is all about harmony and balance and communication and how we want harmony and balance and communication, right? And justice and what is right. But also, this is about Venus energy because Libra is ruled by Venus, right? This is about witnessing the highest vibration, right, of justice and harmony and balance and being in alignment with that vibration. So even though Mercury is squaring all of those, we are still pulled by that highest vibration, right? Things might feel a little cloudy because we have been in this constant state of our Gemini North Node squaring that Pisces Neptune, right? So this is about fate and destiny, and it's about fate and destiny squaring the most blurry, nebulous kind of place, but the most utopian possibilities, right? Gemini and Pisces energy. This is about really being able to witness the potential. It might not be in focus, but we can feel it, right? Neptune in Pisces is about those things which are more easily felt than expressed. And so as that relates to our fate and our destiny, especially at this point in time when Mercury is going direct on election day, an election that's not going to be decided tomorrow. You know, I don't believe that anyone thinks that that's going to happen. So we're going to have to witness how this square comes out, right? Mercury can. So when Mercury is retrograde, right, what we're being asked to do is to slow down, to pay attention, to listen in new and different ways, to re-examine, reassess, revisit, revise. And if we choose not to do those things, right, if we choose to consciously avoid doing those things, what happens is that the universe steps in and does them for us. You know, that's just the nature of any retrograde, is about, if you're not doing it, you know, if you don't listen to the whispers get louder until they become holler, you know. And so if we don't listen to this Mercury retrograde energy, then it's going to get louder, and it's only going to get more demanding and more pressing. And so with these squares to this big three, how well or how poorly we have done our work will be evident. Wow. Wow. Will be evident in the outcome of this election. I heard a great quote several weeks ago, and it has just stuck with me. And it was, every country gets exactly the leader she deserves, right? So if we are witnessing our divisiveness here in this election cycle, and we are witnessing the ways this election has been allowed to shape and form our expression and our communications, in challenge, right, in square with the ways we're able to grow and develop, with the ways we're able to witness our own restrictions and boundaries, with the ways we're able to see the balance of power and transformation in our society. If we are able to see those things, then we have done our work individually, and it will be ferried out into the collective. But if we have not done our work and done the re-examination and the reassessment and the revision of the ways of expression in terms of our balance and our harmony and our ideas of justice, then we're going to feel this square in exactly the way we've been feeling, things up till now. We will have not done our job in terms of doing the work. And so we'll have to do it again. You know, the universe is nothing if not a patient task mistress. She waits and waits and waits for us to become active participants in our own lives and in our own karma. She waits for us to take up the mantle because she doesn't want to have to do that work for us. She allows us to step into our own karma as much as we're able, because that's how we learn, right? Okay, so the moon moves into Cancer, right? So we'll be feeling things, right? We have a T-square on Thursday. Mars is in opposition to Venus, and they'll both be squaring the moon. So that's a balance, right, of what you feel and what you do. Venus in Libra and Mars in Aries, both in their home signs, squaring Cancer, a Cancer moon, right, in her home sign. So that's a whole hoop and lot of some energy as a balance. That's a balanced energy, right? Mars belongs in Aries. Libra belongs, Venus belongs in Libra. The moon belongs in Cancer. And so as those three square off and come into full opposition, we have a balance point, right, between what we feel, what we do, and what we exemplify. So again, you know, we get to choose how we embody the energy of this, of our expression as it moves direct. On Friday, let's see, the moon is almost out of Cancer, which is nice, right? And then on Saturday, the moon squares Uranus. So just as we go into this week with that Scorpio sun, allowing us to feel like we might be at odds with ourself, right? Or we might experience ourselves being shifted in different ways. We also might find our feelings being challenged by new information or new ideas. Perhaps things that we did not know will come to light. Things that you didn't know that make you feel a certain way, or might shift your belief structure, or might be surprising to you. And then by the end of the week, the moon is in conjunct that big three. So as you're processing that information that comes to you at the end of this week, make sure that you're paying attention to the ways that it could possibly shape your growth, shape your boundaries, shape your power and transformation, right? It's a big deal. This is a big deal energy. And we get to meet that energy in the collective only as equally as we have met it in our individual lives. So we can't look for change out in the world until we have been willing to do the work for ourselves and to create that change in our own lives. So that's what doing the work is all about, right? So let's look at it and see what we've got. So today, we've got a double Seven of Swords. I love that. It's amazing, by the way. So the Seven of Swords can be about deception, right? It can also be about defending one's ideas, right? So as we meet this on the day before an election here in the States, I just see this as more of the same, right? We are definitely in that juggling ideas mode, and there's plenty of reason and room to understand exactly why we have the Seven of Swords in double today. So 7 is also, though, a number of opportunity, right? Of divine opportunity. So as we witness this energy, we have the ability to process it, the ability to allow it to shift and change. So tomorrow we've got the Page of Swords and the Magician. So the Page of Swords brings us new ideas, brings us new ways of expressing things, right? So as Mercury goes direct, we have this idea, right? This power, the wind is blowing, right? This wind of change could be blowing. Regardless of who we're voting for, we all hope that things change and shift for the better, right? There's never anything that's so great that we just want to sit there and keep on enjoying it, because we know that nothing lasts, right? We know that change is the new normal. I mean, this is beautifully clarified by the Magician, who understands the process of alchemy, understands that an idea is not enough. You have to have the emotional backing. You have to have the resources. You have to have the inspiration. You can't just have an idea, right? And he is the master of creation. And so the ideas that come in on the breeze, he knows how to bring them into manifestation, right? So it's not enough to know. You have to be able to do. Hallelujah. So again, we have the Page of Swords. So the Two of Swords on Thursday, which is the 4th, that's also my BFF's birthday. So happy birthday, my sweet BFF. So the Two of Swords is about a standstill, right? it's about feeling into the options, different ideas, right? We have the idea coming in. So sometimes you have to sit with an idea, but sometimes this can also be about being at a standstill. And again, I think that no one really believes that this election will be finished on the night of the 3rd of November. So we're going to have to sit with those winds of change, right? We're going to have to sit patiently and allow justice, right? We have justice echoed here in her blindfold. We're going to have to wait. We're going to have to be impartial as we wait. And then on Thursday, the 5th, the day that we have Mars opposing Venus squaring the moon. So we have the Seven of Cups, clarified by the Ace of Wands. So the Seven of Cups is a card of many choices, right? It can be a card of fantasy and illusion, but here I literally just get that it's about many choices. It's about also taking into account that there are many factors in play, right? We've been witnessing all of these ideas, and so the Seven of Cups says, okay, there's a lot, right? There's a lot that we're assessing. And the Ace of Wands comes in to clarify that. And every ace is a gift from the divine, right? The divine brings us something, holds out its hand and says, here you go. And it's then up to us, right? The Ace of Wands is about new inspiration, new passion, a new way of experiencing something that sets you on fire, right? That sets your experience into life, that animates you, right? So one of these choices is going to be the thing, right, that animates you, that brings you to that spark of passion, that spark of inspiration. And how you choose to reach out and grasp that is up to you, right? So as we have Mars opposing Venus squaring the moon, it's about bringing balance to that forward motion and creating, you know, in those cups, the motivation behind it in terms of how it feels, right? Because that's the most important thing, that it not just be about ideas, but that it be about the expression of your heart. Again, on Friday, we have this big, this double energy, King of Cups. So in Eileen Land, queens are the full embodiment of every energy. And kings are that pulling back just a little bit, right? Like, okay, I see all that emotion. I'm just going to sit here and witness what's happening. I'm going to be in my mastery, but I'm going to just hesitate a little bit and witness a little bit more, right? We have the sun in conjunct Mars that day, right? So this is about I'm going to choose to sit back just a little bit before I take action on anything here. I have a little bit more assessing to do, right? So keep that in mind. And then on Saturday, the day that that Leo moon is going to square that Taurus Uranus. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords, right? We've got this page up here early in the week. Now we've got this Knight. Like, okay, we've got these ideas. We have got some inspiration. We have thought about it. Now it's time to move. Now it's time to move on these ideas, right? So Saturday the 7th, that is the day when you're going to feel like moving. Here's the deal. The lovers can represent love. But the lovers can also represent choices, right? And divinely guided choices, overcoming difficulties, and joining together in divine union. So whatever the idea is here, it's about making the choice toward union, right? Even though the Knight of Swords is a fast-moving knight, even though sometimes he can be a little rash in his expression of behavior, we're being asked to take the road toward union, as opposed to just riding forward really fast, right? Because we've done all this assessing. And then on Sunday, again, we have our card of options, right? Our card of illusions. But here's the deal. We've also got the Sun, the happiest card in the deck. So whatever the journey is, whatever the options are, we're following the path that will lead us toward happiness, right? As long as we're following this divine path, right? As long as we're honoring this card right here, as long as we're paying attention to this angel and listening to our heart here, we can bring about, with this inspired passion, this beautiful Sun card, right? This illumination, this warmth, this overarching happiness and new beginnings, right? Abundance, celebration. Yeah. All right, let's grab an oracle quick and see what the universe would like to deliver to us and remind us of as we go through this very wild, exciting optioned week. Number 50. There's no place like home. We all know that, right? I think we do. I think it's what Dorothy said anyway. All right. Authenticity. Coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. Home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity. Aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You can hold your head high, neither with pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul, right? She's got her blindfold on because she can see through the eyes of her soul. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. So this week is really about honoring, right? Honoring what's coming. Sorry about that. We need a little light. So this is about really knowing what you are feeling and thinking, right? And it's about being open to those new ideas, but knowing that you have the ability to put them into creation. And knowing that no matter what, you have the ability to intuit what is coming and what is the truth of the situation, no matter what the wind blows, right? We're not just taking the first idea, we're taking the right idea. How do we do that? Because we know, we listen, we pay attention. We go into the home of ourselves where we can see with the eyes of our soul. And when we move, it's because we know where we're going and that we are being divinely led, right? Where are you loved? Where your home is. Where are you home? Where your love is, right? How do you get to the happiest card in the deck? Well, you get there because you know where your home is. And again, this is about doing the work. This is about having done the work all along. That's how we find home. We just do the work and we strip away all the crap so that we recognize out of the multiplicity what is ours and what that feels like and how we're being guided to chase it and follow it. And knowing that it will lead us to home, right? So even though our expression is challenged this week as Mercury goes direct, right? This is all Mercury, all these swords. This is all Mercury energy. We've got that Jupiter, that fire energy, right? We've got Saturn as some earth energy and our home energy, right? And Pluto as our King of Cups, that beautiful water that's everywhere, overshadowed by the divine that keeps asking us, are you sure? Listen. Are you listening? Are you feeling with your spirit? Are you taking the gifts that are being offered to you? Because you know how to do it. You know how to manifest it. You know how to be that alchemical magician and pull what is necessary versus what is not, right? We know what's not necessary. We do. So how do we get here? Same way we always get here. By knowing what to do and doing it. What's coming? We have a whole lot coming. The next new moon on the 15th will be at 23 Scorpio. It's going to be sextiling our big three, right? And that's going to be a big deal because Jupiter is about to clear Pluto. And once they start getting out of orb and start moving toward Aquarius, this energy is going to lighten up, right? Mars is going to go direct. Mercury comes out of shadow. Neptune's going to go direct. And by the end of this year, things are going to start to lighten. Things are going to start to ease. The pressure that we've been feeling is going to lighten up. And by the very, very... in January, we have a new moon at 23 degrees of Virgo, right? Which echoes our big conjunction of last January at 24 of Capricorn. This is like the close of the parentheses. We're so close now. So it's just really about digging in and doing the last of this work, guys, holding this space and knowing that no matter what happens, we're going to be okay. No matter what happens, we're still home, right? And it's our home, so we need to act like it, right? I'm sure that I will talk to you at least once during this week. Until then, big, giant blessings. We've got this. Keep breathing.